The world's most influential cities that covers the dimension globalization is the global cities. These are also the places that became the main source of economic growth. These places also also includes the products and producers of globalization, meaning there are products here and producers at the same time. Places that have places that have common characteristics of competitive advancements that serve as hub within the globalized economic system. Why study global cities? Learning what global cities are is crucial because they play an important role in shaping global economy, global economy, culture, and society, and are also shaped by it. These are the ideas that emphasizes the global city. First, city is spatial. It is because it occurs in physical spaces. Foreign investments in the city and business structures are built within the city. People who are working in these businesses are also able to purchase rent, high-rise condominium units, and better homes. More poor people are driven out of the cities to make way for new development. So meaning most probably that the poor people are not allowed in these cities because they think that poor people can make hindrance for or the poor peoples are blocking the development of these global cities. It also moved based on places. Like for example, Los Angeles. Los Angeles is the home of Hollywood where movies are made for global consumption. So meaning, did you notice that the Los Angeles most of the American movies are being shot in Los Angeles. So this is the home of the Hollywood movies. Then the second one is Tokyo. Tokyo is the main headquarters of Sony companies where sales of electronic around the world coordinates from various branches. Note the impact of the global cities of every individual. In the 1950s, only 30% of the world lives in urban areas. By 2014, the number increased to 54%, and by 2050, it is expected to reach 66%. Defining global city. Saskia Sassen coined the term global city, and this is the criteria that define a global city. Primarily economic, a network or of trade and finance change. General meaning after the book of Sassen to the present, a global city is a city of democratic and economic change. Example: Los Angeles movie making mecca, then San Francisco is the home of the most powerful internet companies like Facebook, Twitter, and Google. Sydney and Melbourne also competes in the most livable city, a place with good public transportation, thriving cultural scene, and easy-paced life. Indicators of globality. Globality is a concept that symbolizes the unity of the world as determined to the end state of globalization. Therefore, indicators of globality mean factors that would help us attain compete globalization, perhaps globality. How does global city indicate globality? Economic power, stock market, Tokyo and Shanghai, and the economic opportunity. IT programmers and engineers from Asia have moved to San Francisco Bay Area to become some of the key figures of Silicon Valley technology boom. Okay. The challenges of global cities. Of course, every beneficial side has its downsides. Like its broader process of globalization, global cities create winners and losers. The global cities it indicates great inequality and poverty, tremendous violence, and these are the pathologies of global city. Cities can be sustainable because of their density. Dense cities release only a amount of carbon dioxide, while less dense city forces individual to use cars that emit amount of carbon dioxide. Cities with global influence are obvious targets of terrorism due to their high population and their roles as symbol of globalization that many terrorists despise. And also they're also targets of burglary, theft because of their obviously their wealthy status. The global city and the poor. Economic globalization has paved the way for massive inequality. Mumbai, Jakarta, and Manila have gleaming buildings as alongside massive shanty towns. Gentrification, driving out the poor in favor of newer and wealthier residents. The poor are forced to move farther away from economic centers or of their cities to areas with cheaper values. As a city attracts more capital cities and richer in residents, real estates prices go up and the poor may not be able to afford. So this is the reason why they force the poor people to move to another place because they can't afford some real estates in these cities. In Australia, poor living in an urban public housing are forced to move farther away from the city centers that offer more government services and better transportation. While in France, poor Muslims immigrants are forced out of Paris and have clustered around ethnic enclaves known as banlieues. These are the conclusion of the global cities. Global cities are sites and mediums of globalization. Global cities are material representation of what globalization is all about. Global cities are places that create exciting fusions in culture and ideas. Global cities are places that generate tremendous wealth. So, as you can see, if a certain place or if a certain city produces more wealth, it is considered as a global city. Then the last one is global cities will remain a site of great inequality where global servants serve global entrepreneurs. That would be all. Thank you.